What's up, bro?
Adam Rogers.
What's up, dude?
It's good to see you, bro.
You too, man.
How's everything?
Dude, it's great, man. Just chilling, trying to figure out this quarantine life, but you know.
Well, I miss you, bro.
Yeah, I miss you too, man. How's everything over there? How's the family?
Everybody's great, man. Everybody's great. You guys?
Good. Yeah, good. Kids are getting big. You know how it is. Like,
Yeah, dude. For people who don't know, we have the same family, basically.
basically, yeah.
We have the same age kids and the same age wives. and, we both married up. That's for sure.
That's for
in
sure.
age and in quality of human being. Dude, we go back now, what? 13 years, 2008.
Yeah, yeah, wow.
Where were you born?
I was born in Washington State. So I was born in like Spokane, Washington. I grew up there. And then my parents moved to Hawaii when I was 14.
So you're 14 years old. So what is that? What are you in? 8th grade?
I think I just finished. No, I just finished. I just finished my freshman year.
Someone's commenting
That's
about the shirt.
shirt.
I think
That's
they're talking
a
about
solid
yours.
shirt. No, oh, mine?
Gotta be talking about yours.
So wreck that Nike. I mean, you know.
This actually, if anyone watched the...
I think it's yours they're talking about.
If anybody watched the live I did 2 nights ago with Jensen Chang, and I told you that all my shirts come from Jensen, him and his family tie-dyed this classic Tupac and Marilyn Monroe shirt.
That's a dope tie-dye. I like that coloring.
Yeah, Jed did it. Jed or Sathi or somebody.
Oh, that's dope.
Sorry, but so...
But before I go, I have a fan on. Is the fan irritating the noise, or you're good?
I'm good.
Oh,
There was just some fireworks in the background a second ago, but we're over that.
Right.
Okay. I'm just taking.
Yeah.
I'm doing some.
Yeah, the Pac shirt.
Yeah, just doing some. Can you see the comments?
Yeah.
Good, bro. So you moved around like 8th grade, you said, something like that?
No, I just finished my freshman year.
Oh, okay. And you did homeschooling?
Yeah.
All the way?
All the way. I was going to go to public school when we got to Hawaii. I was really into football, and they didn't allow football players to, well, I wasn't really into football. I mean, let's be honest. But I did want to play. I'd played 1 year on the mainland, and but at that time they didn't allow homeschoolers to play in the public schools.
Right.
So I was going to try to go to school, but they said at that time they were like, oh, if you want to go to school, you got to go back through your freshman year. And I was like,
yeah,
no.
Well, that's probably for recruiting. Like they don't they don't want schools to recruit because it's so big in Hawaii, you know?
Right, for sure.
Dude, what is your first memory
of Hawaii?
Just memory.
Oh, in general?
Yeah, all the way back.
All the way back to like when I was a baby. Like I do remember this one that I always bring up to my parents. That I don't know how old I must have been 2, and it's like such a vague memory that I remember it from both points, from the story being told and what actually happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how you see yourself in your memory because of the way people talk.
Yeah.
But they put me in my crib, and they were like, "Stay there," and I did not want to stay there. So I climbed. That was the first time they said I climbed over my crib. So I climbed up over. By the time my dad had got to the door to shut it, and so as soon as he shut the door, boom, like right in my face. But I got to sleep in their bed the rest of the night. So I was
a winner from a young age. You were a winner. So you by the time you came here, where'd you guys move? Because you got an interesting story. Where did you guys right away when your first place? Where was it?
The first place was in Hawaii Kai. So it's pretty kind of an easy transition into Hawaii Kai. Yeah,
that was an easy transition. That's basically Seattle.
Right, yeah. Nice houses, nice area. We had some friends here already. I do remember the first thing, though, I thought was crazy when we got to Hawaii other than it being like so warm, was the first time an auntie came up and said, "Oh, hi," and she kissed me on my cheek.
That was your first time.
I was like,
Yeah, dude.
you know,
Yeah. Well, I can tell you from being on the opposite side of that, it's hella weird right now not kissing people on the cheek.
oh, right. Oh, being back on the mainland.
On the mainland, nobody does that, and people aren't that nice. And
Right.
well, they're nice, but it's like a quarantine distance nice, but before quarantine. That's the thing about the mainland is everyone acted like quarantine anyway. Like they
Right.
stay
That's
away
true.
from you, they shake hands from far away. They
Right.
don't.
Right.
And so I remember just out of habit, we were kissing people on the cheek and stuff. And I just remember the vibe. You know how you go in to do the kiss and you kind of embrace, like it's like a. But I remember here in Detroit, it was like it just felt awkward. You know, it felt like it didn't belong. And so
Right.
you'd
Plus,
like to say, right.
some dude's like, "Are you trying to kiss my
Like,
wife?"
did you just, yeah, or me? Did you just try to kiss me? Because I probably kissed a few dudes. But I remember just thinking like, I'm not gonna let go of what Hawaii taught me and how I lived in Hawaii because it's so awesome.
For sure.
But dude, it only lasts a few weeks before you realize like it's not worth the drama. It really is kind of drama. It's just the weirdest thing, bro. It's
Right.
just the weirdest thing. It's
So, in other words, you're saying you're just a rude mainlander, but now.
basically, yo, I might be back to normal. I might be back to regular old
Oh
me.
no. Oh no.
Why'd you move to Hawaii?
So, my mom came out to visit some friends who lived here, who were also from Washington, but they moved here for work. My mom came out, went back home, and was like to my dad, was like, "I want to live in Hawaii someday." And my dad, all my life, has had his own business, like doing contracting. So it was kind of slow, I guess. And so they were just like, "Oh, let's move to Hawaii." So they just upped and moved.
And then, how long were you in Hawaii Kai?
We were in Hawaii Kai for like a year. We were there for a year. We moved to Mililani lived there for 2 years, and we just kept going more
I was
west.
gonna say, so you didn't jump off the cliff. It's like walking in the pool and the
Right.
stairs, right? And then, but you went all the way to the deep end.
Yeah, well, the first stair, Hawaii Kai, second stair, Mililani, and then the one where you slip and you just fall in. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, sea country, as you're going under.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you moved to
So,
Makaha.
well, we moved to Miley, but
Oh, Miley, that's
not
right.
all the way to Makaha. Yeah,
And
but
then,
it's still,
and how old were you when you were in Miley?
oh man, I want to say I was later in my teens, probably 17, somewhere around there, 16, 17, I feel like.
Dang.
Yeah,
And you stayed homeschooling the whole time.
I did till I graduated. Yeah,
That's why you're alive today.
possibly. But I
We're
did when I started working. I was working in Kaneohe, and I had was needing to catch the bus. So I was catching the bus from Miley to Kaneohe,
Where were you working?
a Starbucks in Kaneohe.
Dang, so you worked Starbucks back in the day, like you're an OG.
It was early Starbucks days.
Because then I seem to remember a story
Oh,
where you were delivering pizza.
oh, oh yeah. So well, yeah, that was right before
So set the stage.
Starbucks.
Set the stage. Everybody get your popcorn.
Delivering pizza. I worked at the Y&I Mall, Papa John's.
When was this?
Was that
When
when?
was this?
Yeah, it's like saying like 16, 17, somewhere in there.
So what year is this? What are we talking?
What year is that? I don't know. Like it's like 10. No, that was 20. It was like 20 years ago.
So 2000.
Maybe somewhere around there.
So the year 2000, you work at the Papa John's in Waianae.
Right.
Okay.
And I have
you just got your license.
yeah, well, I'd had it for a little while. It might have been a little later.
Okay.
But I'd had my license. I had a beater of a car, just a crap car.
What'd you have?
I forget what, I think it was just like some Toyota beater. I don't even remember. I just remembered it rattled a lot just as you're driving. I do remember delivering into Makaha. I got funny stories from that one because delivering into Makaha, I remember the guy, he opened the door and was just like, oh. And I was like, I'm sitting here. Did you order pizza? and he was like, yeah, but I never see a holy guy deliver my pizza before. It's like, all right, well, here you go. $25, please. But yeah.
So what happened? So you know what I'm talking about.
Me getting robbed.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Don't hold back.
I mean, I don't like, yeah, so that happened, man. Yeah, I got robbed on a delivery. On a delivery from a dude on a moped. He's probably watching right now. Hey, it was me.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be clapping at one of your shows soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Wow.
And I actually quit shortly after that because like the following days I got attacked by a dog delivering pizza.
So you got robbed. Where were you when you got robbed?
I was in Waianae.
So you went to Waianae, you get robbed, and then the next day or a couple days later, you get attacked by dogs.
Yeah, on another delivery, like like the kind where the dog is eating you, like your pant leg, and I'm on the ground, pizza's everywhere. I'm like, making
That's
like
awesome.
$7 an hour, like.
Wow. What a trip, bro.
Good times. It was good times.
And then, how long were you in Miley?
Well, like right when I was 18, I moved into town with a roommate. Or it might have been, no, that was when I was 19. So I was 19, I moved into town, and lived like McCully area for a while. And then since then I'd been on my own.
Dang.
And that's when my parents moved back to the mainland. They were like, do you want to come with us? I was like, I'm already out on my own, doing my own thing. So that's why I stayed.
Dang. And when was that? When did they leave?
They left 2008, I think. Right around there.
That's when I met you.
Yeah, it's probably pretty close. They left like
No
2008,
way.
early 2009. Yeah, they left shortly right after that, I think.
So, dude, I met you at the Ark Christian Church in 2008, in January 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean your parents were still there, and you were already on your own?
Yeah, but I'd been on my own for a little while, and that was 2008. Because then part of the reason I stayed was because I had just kind of was talking and just kind of met
right
a girl who was now married, so who's now my wife. So that was part of the reason.
We got a request here, or we got a question. Are you still delivering?
Oh yeah. Send me the address.
So we met, say, 2008. I remember you asking me in like 2009 or 2010 on a trip back. Like we came back for a visit, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember you asking me about like what you should do in your life. You were like,
"Oh, really?"
Yeah, you're like, so I'm thinking about, I'm with mayors, and I'm thinking about, getting married, and I don't know. You were like, you're like,
Yeah.
How do I do this? And I had already been married, so you were looking for whatever.
Right.
And I think that was 2008, something like that. I think I'm gonna have Pastor Russ on. I'm gonna talk to Russ Stewart and see if he'll come on. But we're gonna do like YouTube.
Yeah,
Probably do on YouTube because it's gonna be a lot about like Hawaiian sovereignty and that situation. He's the dude to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Knows a lot of info about that.
So what do you remember meeting me?
I think the first thing I remember seeing you, and then someone was like, because you were referred by like pastors you knew or something, right?
Yeah, Christina's grandpa.
Yeah, so they said um, they're from Detroit, blah, blah, blah. They know, who's his grandpa again? Yeah.
Leonard Gardner.
So I was, Leonard Gardner. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that's all I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I do remember, I think it was on a trip back. I don't know if you were living here yet, was the hike.
That was a trip back.
That was the trip back. Okay, yeah. So that's the one where I kind of like felt like, I could be friends with this dude.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then then there was like a few years where I was just in Detroit, and then I would come back every year and visit once or twice.
Yeah.
And then I start applying. Then I applied for the Honolulu Police Department, and then flew out here like 5 times, and I saw you a bunch then because you know what I mean. We were coming back for my processing, and then I get the job, or didn't get the job yet, but moved out to Hawaii because I really felt like I was going to get the job, or at least hoped I was going to get the job. And then I think I was with you. You know, I think it was me, you, Mike Botello, and Bryce Suzuki, and we were out kicking it, doing something. I forget, just wasting time, when I got the phone call that I made it to the next, the next level.
Oh, wow.
Which was the last level. I still had to get the offer or whatever.
Right.
But I remember that's when, on that trip, that Kim Wazuda was like, I may have a spot opening in one of our apartments. And the thing is, I was renting from Mike for
that's right,
like $1,700 a month or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was in Pearl City, or it was in Aiea, on Aiea Loop. You know, I think it's an Aiea Loop. No, Ko'uka Loop. It was on Ko'uka Loop in Aiea. Those two, they're like twin towers off the freeway. Right by there. And I was paying like $1,700 a month. I'm sleeping on the carpet.
Right.
We had no furniture. We had that pack and play. Do you remember pack and plays?
Oh, yeah.
Had a pack and play. Kona was in the pack and play. Me and Christina are sleeping on the air mattress, which was flat. It had a hole, so I used to have to blow it up like 3 times a night.
Middle of the night.
Yeah, middle of the night with my mouth, because back then there wasn't like
the thing.
True story. I got like a rash on my mouth from blowing up that, because
that's probably not what it was from, but
well, let's just say it's what it was. Let's put it this way: Christina never got it. So I remember, because when you blow in it, all your breath goes inside, and it's like, stink, nasty breath after a while. And so whatever's in there got on my lip, and it was like irritated right here. And I remember just being grossed out. And and we were on like the 19th floor, or I don't know, 10th floor or something. And we had Cypher, remember the dog?
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember when Kim offered that spot, it was like a lifesaver. So we ended up only staying in Mike's apartment for like 1 month or maybe 2.
Nice.
And then I moved into the apartment on Rose Street, which everybody who watches the channel knows about Rose Street.
Right.
Because I talk about it tons. Did you see that shirt I got?
No.
Bro.
And he's gone. Just like that.
I think this is the one. No, I'll show you. I think I got it. I can't find it. Anyway, Jensen sent it to me. His sister or somebody got it. One of his friends has an apparel company. It says Rose Street. And on like it says something else, gangster on the sides or whatever. And I was trying to look for another one to get it to you. Anyway, we live on Rose Street. You're my neighbor, so our bedroom walls were adjacent. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Jason?
I think our headboards touched on the opposite side of the walls.
Yeah, we think so. I may have heard headboards once in a while. I'm gonna do some housekeeping real quick. What's up, Busy? Thanks for coming through, bro. Hey, anybody watch anybody streaming? My boy Busy with Team God Gang. It's just hilarious to watch. You got to go watch them. If you guys watch any streaming content, that's the one you want to check out. And then Jonah Powell says, hey, yo, Doug, when is Leaving the Dream Part 3 coming out? Man, I'm working on it. The problem is it's a lot of content about what goes on in Academy. And so I have like lists of everything. So this one is taking a while, but it's coming, Jonah Powell. Thanks for asking. And we got a few laughs. 556 Mike and Yum 7816 laughed at your robbery story. My good, Moku, my partner.
Yeah.
He's on Team God Gang with Busy.
Oh, dope.
They play, Fortnite they play Warzone.
Oh, okay, cool.
Moku still goes on Fortnite and plays with Kona every once in a while. And I guess Cole, cool. Does Cole still play with Kona?
I think so.
Okay. So we live on Rose Street. I was there for 2011 till at least 2015, right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of 17, I lived in Kulia'o. All of 16, I lived in Kahalu. So all of 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 5 years I lived with you, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
We raised our kids in that hood.
Yeah. And I lived there from 2008 till the beginning of 2020.
Which now you made it out.
I made it out. Made it out of the ghetto.
But you also moved all the way across the island.
Yeah, but no regrets.
Yeah, oh yeah. So Kapolei is the new town.
Oh yeah, I literally never have to leave Kapolei.
That's great.
Yeah, unless I have something specific in town that I'm gonna go do, but
where do you guys go to beach?
What is that?
You haven't seen the beach in a minute, huh?
It's been a minute. We hit up some in quarantine. Some of the ones over here. But yeah, haven't been for a minute.
Jensen checked in. What's up, Jens? Thanks, bro. RoseStreetSkateShop.com. Go get your gear.
There it is.
Adam, go cop one and we'll be able to rock them on the live.
Let's do it.
So how did you meet Mary? How did you get to the Ark?
I got there. I was still living at my parents' for a little while. Well, I was back at my parents' house. And their rule still as an adult was if you lived under the house, you had to go to church with them. So they're bouncing around. They went to go see a guest speaker. That's what happened at the Ark. And we went. I felt like, okay, this is a cool place to be, and started going there.
And then did they go too?
No, they continued to go to the church they were going to, but they allowed me to go to that one. Right. At that time. They were like, oh, that's cool.
And that's where you met your wife?
Yep. Like maybe, I knew her there, but we didn't start hanging out for like maybe 4 or 5 years, I feel.
Well, when we finally moved there, you guys were married. We moved in 11.
Okay.
You guys were already married.
Yeah, we got married in 09.
Already in Rose Street.
Yeah.
And then, dude, you were such a big part of my life because when I was going through academy, I didn't have much time between studying and ironing and, you know what I mean? All the stuff I got to do. And then I had Kona.
Yeah.
But one thing me and you would do is we would watch Rounders
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's a hard one to admit to. We watched Rounders, Wedding Crashers, and Open Range. Remember? Didn't
Oh
you
yeah,
watch
I
Open
remember that
Range?
movie. Yeah. You introduced me to that movie.
And then, but mostly Rounders.
Mostly just Rounders on repeat.
So you think about it. I remember times where me and you watched Rounders, and it started over,
Yeah, we
and
just let it play.
we just let it play.
Yeah.
And so it would be Fridays or Saturday nights or whatever, because I didn't have to go to academy,
Right.
and then we just watch Rounders, and that became our thing.
And we eat a whole package of Oreos.
Oreos every time.
Yeah.
And then to this day, the last thing I did before I left, I went to Hawaii in March for the funerals of my fallen B partners, and Christina said, "And you would share Oreos and milk."
Yeah.
Starting trouble. So even when I came back in March, the last thing I did, I think it was the last thing before I flew out, was went to the house. We watched Rounders. We ate a couple sleeves, but this time we acted out the Rounders, and I posted that on my YouTube. And
Oh, that's right.
think I made that private.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when I started getting all the hate about the Black Lives Matter, when Black Lives Matter came up, and I was doing a cop YouTube channel, I got tons of hate right away.
Right.
And so I put it on private because I was like, I don't need anybody getting. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we would just kick it. And you were like the only dude I saw for months. Honestly, when I went to church or whatever, and I saw people, but
I remember you were like tired. Yeah, you were just like chilling. And I remember we would have Kona a lot because Christina was still doing nursing.
She's still working.
Yeah, so we would have Kona like quite a bit, and it would just be Kona and Cole all day. Yeah,
I forgot about that. You guys babysat a lot because Christina didn't stay home until she worked at Straub full time until Kalea was born. Like her full term pregnancy up until like the last couple weeks. So 2012 or whatever, and then you guys watched them. But our kids learned to ride bikes together, like everything, to dribble basketball, to ride skateboard.
Yeah, to stay inside when
the yeah, and then the gravel driveway was. Is it still there? Is this building still standing?
As far as I know, I mean, it seems like it's about to fall down, but
we had that nasty Ka'u orange tree in the back.
Oh yeah, it just.
I tried to eat a few, but it was all like
orange fights.
And then I had, even though it was, it was in the center of Kalihi, it was across from KPT, but it was like we were so deep in that alley. It's way in the back by Meyer Street. Dude,
it's kind of safe.
The parking. Remember the parking?
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
You had that busted up BMW that didn't run or whatever.
Right.
I had that busted up Saturn View Redline.
Yeah. We just sat there.
And I remember. Do you remember when dudes would come through and break windows, and there'd be like Korenics walking down in the whatever?
Oh yeah. And it's kind of cool because we had that little cul-de-sac to ourselves, so we kind of a little bit safe. But you still be like, are those fireworks or gunshots?
Yeah, you'd call me like, bro, I'm hearing glass breaking.
Right.
And I'd go outside, and I remember seeing a dude busting all the windows with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And
I remember. We always remember. I never forget the story, or the encounter rather, than the dude who lived across your window.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be a treat just for people that are on here, because I'm probably not going to make a video about this because this dude, I sure, is going to find me. But so I was already a policeman, but I had gotten hurt, and I busted up my ankle or knee.
Yeah, your knee.
I tore my ACL. I had surgery, and this dude across the way, and by across the way I mean like we're on a 2-story walk up. He's in a 2-story on the top, and only about 10 yards away. Like the buildings are super tight. I can see in his window. I can see in his front door. He can see in mine. And he was Mahu when he was always fighting with his boyfriend all the time. They're fighting, and I'll never forget his voice. It's the most unique voice I ever heard. And I'm hearing him screaming at his boyfriend, crazy stuff, get out of here. And I watched the dude crack him with a broom right in the face. And I remember being like, dang, and the guy's crying, and then he's throwing stuff. Well, finally, they did that like 3 weeks in a row, and we had just had the baby. We had just had Kalihi, and I had it, bro. It was like midnight. It was like 2 a.m. I got to work the next day. So I get mad, and I walk outside, and I'm in my underwear. I got a crutch. I have one crutch, and I'm in my underwear. And I come outside, and I said to him, will you shut up? Will you just stop already? And I kept saying, enough already. I got my babies are sleeping. Stop. Why you got to scream? It's 2 a.m. And he screamed at me and some pretty nasty stuff. And that's when he told me he was going to my youngest. He said he was going to violate my youngest boy.
And I was surprised that you didn't.
And his actual words were, I'm not going to say his actual words, but what he said he was going to do was to your little blue-eyed boy. And I remember I saw red.
Yeah.
But
I was already outside too, just watching like.
And I'm on probation because I just started at the police department, and I'm on injured.
Yeah.
And I ran down towards him, but then I stopped because something snapped me out of it. Like I was gonna, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then he went to hop the fence. And
I remember.
But I don't even remember his fence. He was only 5 feet up, but there was like 5 foot drop on our side. So it was like a 10-foot drop. He was gonna.
Yeah, he went to look, and then he was like, "Oh,"
he changed it, and he hopped back down, and he kept chirping. Bro, I went and got a TRO on that dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well, I know they had to move out shortly after. That's why.
And I'll never forget him. His name was Fabian Pilago. Should have been Fabian Pilau. Go. Fabian Pilago. And this dude, so I go get a TRO on him. And when I go to court, the judge was asking all the victims of the TRO if they wanted to get a counter TRO on the other guy. And I thought, that's weird. But so when it was my turn, I said, Judge, are you gonna let this guy if I get a TRO on him, are you gonna let him have a TRO too? And he said, yeah, we typically do that. We do cross TROs. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm a police officer. If I get a TRO, I can't carry my gun and I'm on suspension. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, that's what it is. I remember thinking that's wrong. Mm-hmm. So I said, then I'm going to drop my complaint because I don't want to because I know that sucker was going to do a cross complaint on me.
Yeah.
Bro, I ran into that fool again. Did I tell you that?
No, I never heard that. On duty? You're like.
I ran into him 2 a.m. Alamwana Beach Park by myself, by himself.
Wow.
And I remember being like, no way is this happening.
Right.
I'm like, perfect setup for me to do something, right?
Right.
Nobody's around. I just drown him, let him float away.
Wow.
That's how I'm feeling because I can just hear him telling me what he's going to do to my young baby boy.
Of course, yeah.
And I was like, oh, he knew my son's name. He called him by name.
Remember.
I didn't even know you were there, to be honest. Like, I must have been seeing red. I don't remember. All I remember is him. And what's up, H? It's my homie H. Dude, I told him, all right. He didn't know it was me because it's dark.
Sure.
I got a flashlight and I'm a cop.
Right.
I'm in uniform, but I know this guy. And I'm like, what's your name? And he said, Chemo. And I said, Chemo? He said, yeah. I said, wow, it's funny because you look like Fabian Pilago. He's like, that's not me. And I'm like, okay. So I pull out my laptop because I'm on my ATV. I kept my laptop. I flip it up. And I'm like, really? This is not you? And I showed him. That's not me. So I ran a warrant check. I was going to take him to jail if he had his warrant.
Yeah.
But because I knew I couldn't, you can't work it. I'm not going to work the guy. I'm not going to lose my job.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, I'm going to run a rep warrant or whatever. So I ran the warrant check. He had a warrant. So I'm like, okay, you're going to jail for your warrant. Still never told him who I was.
Wow. Oh, but you took him in?
He steps in the water, fully clothed.
And that's off.
Well, no, but I'm not walking in the water.
Right.
I'm in full uniform, like, you know what I mean? And technically, he's allowed to be in the water.
No.
Remember, in Hawaii, because it's cultural,
Right.
you're allowed to be in the water for surfing, fishing, whatever.
Right.
But you cannot be on dry land, right? And you can traverse through the park, and you're technically allowed to traverse through the park and into the water.
To the water, yeah.
But he wasn't. He was like getting drunk or smoking a joint or something on the beach. But I ran into that fool, and I remember thinking, "This is the moment I've been dreaming about," but then but being like, "Snap out of it! What are you gonna do?" You know what I mean? That's not you. So I didn't, and I was like, "All right, I'll wait here all day." He's like, "I hope you got time because I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay right here." And I was like, "Okay." Bro, I waited 2 hours.
Wow.
Staring at him like I'm staring at you.
Crazy.
And he had waves crashing on him. He's fully clothed or whatever. And finally, my B partners come looking for me. They're like, "Where you at?" I said, "Oh, I'm at Magic Island." So they roll up at Magic Island. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm waiting for this guy to get out of the water. I'm going to arrest him." They're like, "Bro, let's just get out of here. Forget this guy. He's not coming in." And I'm like, "You don't understand. I'm not leaving this guy. He's going to jail. He's got a warrant. He's going to jail." And then basically 2 hours later, I was like, "It's not worth it, bro."
Yeah.
So I cut him.
Wow.
2 weeks later, he's back at the park. But I caught him before he went to the water, and he went to jail for his warrants.
Wow.
Just like anyone else would.
Right. There you go.
So it worked out. It felt good put him in handcuffs, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I made all my B partners take the arrest and all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So that was the capitulation of that entire. And that was 5 years later, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've been really liking the content you've been doing, man.
Thanks, dude. You too.
It's been cool.
Bro, so what's the story? I mean, I've been trying to push it off, but I don't know how many minutes we're into this, but we're like 40 minutes in. Tell me the story. What's going on with you? I'm hearing stuff about you with this new crew, and like I might see you at the Blue Note. I might see you at, you're on everybody's Instagram feed. I see you on Hungry Hawaiian, or what's it called now, like Hawaii Viral.
Hawaii Viral, yeah.
I see you on Broke the Clout, and you know what I mean? I'm seeing you everywhere. What's the deal? All of a sudden, you're popping off. I'm seeing you with all these. I'm seeing you with all these Hawaiian guys
with the big, It's just kind of been collabing that kind of started with. I was working at Aulani, and one of my coworkers there is Connected the Great, who is viral, so yeah. And we I didn't know if we were gonna connect or whatever, but we ended up hanging out a lot, cruising, hanging out, especially through quarantine, chilling, doing stuff, and started just kind of goofing around with the videos. And pretty soon he was eventually just like, "Hey, you want to come in one of the videos?" I was like, "Of course." And just started collabing with some of those guys. So I'm kind of the low guy on the totem pole there, because
totem pole. Mostly because you say totem pole.
Totem pole.
Right. Once you can say totem pole right, you probably move up.
There we go. But because they all got 18, 20, 30, 40,000 followers. Some of them 60s, so Keely Sosili only did, 100,000. But it's cool hanging with them and just doing funny stuff and doing those skits. And
so you're cool. You're the token Hully.
That's what they say. Video. I'm the token Hully guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my signature move.
Yeah. Well, I saw that. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Hey, you
You
gotta
brought
throw
it
it in
up.
there. You gotta throw it in there.
So what did you do at Alani?
I just worked in the entertainment department
What does that mean?
before. Hung out with like taking care of guests around the or around the resort, um, and then helping to direct and help guests with the characters. So meet and greets, meeting the characters, stuff like that. So we did that. It was a good job. I got let go because of COVID,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah. So um, probably the best job I ever had, though, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, I would go back
That's
to
great.
Disney in a heartbeat.
That's great, bro.
But I think through quarantine and all that, like, yeah, hanging with those guys, being able to do some silly videos, and just, lighthearted, have fun with the community of local comedians. And it's been cool.
What's the comedy scene like?
Like stand up or,
Whatever. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
stand
because
up
things are
comedies
changing, right? Stand up is not ever what it's was again because of
for sure.
the new world that we live in.
Yeah.
Um, so you know what I mean? Like so many people are on social media doing things. I'm a
Hmm.
huge Brother Z fan, and
Yeah.
that kind of what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Passion Santos, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's mad funny stuff, and it's getting rotation on all the like curated pages like Hungry Hawaiian or whatever.
Yeah.
And so what's it like? I mean, is there a lot of collaboration? Like people.
I think it's just kind of like just with anything like in entertainment. I mean, you would know like from b-boy days or whatever. There is those guys who are cool to collab and do
Yeah, yeah,
things, and then there's those guys who like kind of do their own thing or will collab with you if you got the certain number of followers
yeah.
or kind of content or whatever. So it just depends, but majority overall, like the group is pretty cool, pretty fun to get along with and hang out with. They're cool people. And then some of those guys, yeah, they're making big moves. So
That's awesome, bro. It looks like you're
yeah,
doing well.
I'm just trying to find my way
Yeah,
along with like I still doing like trying to pursue acting stuff but that's slow too. But anytime or opportunity I get that comes up, I'm there to do that and audition but on the meantime, just have fun, do some skits.
dude. No joke. I had random my cousin by marriage
Hmm.
shoots me a text, and it's a picture of me
Hmm.
on what was that movie that I was in? The Marvel one. Was it
Inhumans,
Inhumans?
Lost, or Inhuman.
It was Inhumans.
Oh,
Bro, I get a text. I never saw it because
no,
I
that's funny.
watched it and I didn't see myself.
Uh
All of a sudden I get a screenshot. He says, "Dude, is this you?" And I never told him.
huh.
And would you believe it? I'm walking the dude out of the police station. We used the old police station. I
Yeah,
think it's on Bishop
yeah,
or whatever, the old one. And we used that to film, and they made it look like a police station. And I'm walking the dude out, and he sent me a
yeah,
screenshot, and I finally saw. I remember that was like the biggest thing because they weren't. It was super high security because they weren't going to tell people something about Inhumans that it was like some kind of release where they didn't want people to know.
hmm.
It was something, and it was the first time they were doing something. I don't know if it was.
I
It
thought
was
that one was. I thought that one was Hawaii 5-0, or did you have
no.
a different one that was 5-0?
They told us it was 5-0.
Oh, interesting.
And then when we showed up, we had all these contracts to sign and crazy stuff.
All right. Hmm.
They literally wouldn't tell us what it was.
Nice.
And then,
What's up,
but
Mr. Coconut?
who's Mr. Coconut?
He's one of the dudes. So
Oh, really?
you
Which
guys
one?
should go. Which one in the videos?
Yeah.
In the dance videos, he's the guy at the beginning who is always like, Ken,
Oh, oh yeah.
Ken.
Yeah.
That's the dude right there. You guys
Oh, I
gotta go
love that dude.
follow him, Mr.
What's up,
Coconut.
Mr. Coconut? I'll give you a follow when we're done. Thanks for coming through. Um, So have you? When's the last time you worked?
Like in
Like movie, like yeah, acting.
so I did I booked Hawaii Five O, small speaking role, and that was actually January.
And
So
you already did it.
yeah, so I did it and it aired. There's actually like I think I had it was a small role. I had like 3 lines in the episode. It was
Which
just
episode was it?
was a bad guy. It was episode 20 of season 10.
Okay, was that the last episode or last season?
Oh, right there. Kalihi was on the episode 2. He flew in from LA,
Oh, no
and
way.
he was we were the what were we called? The bandit.
Troop.
We were like robbers. I forget what it's called. He crushed it though. He was dope. Um, yeah, I think I booked like 3 lines on it, but then part of it got cut, which kind of sucked because I needed that reel from Y50. But hey, that's what happens. That's part of the biz.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got like the 1 line, and then had a little scuffle scene in there, and then got really beat up.
Did you have to audition for the lines?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it was embarrassing. I auditioned. I only did 1 audition for speaking role.
Yeah.
And I had to get shot.
Uh-huh.
And then like act like I was shot.
Right.
and I'm like saying my last words.
Uh-huh.
I had to like die. And dude, it was so embarrassing. And I hope to God I never get famous, because that's gonna pop up.
In the old like recording and
it was horrible, bro.
Where you're like, oh,
totally.
Oh,
that's what I was like. Oh, and I would like eat from the ground.
What was your last line? What was the line? Do you remember?
I don't.
As you were dying.
I don't remember what my last line was, bro, but it was so embarrassing. I remember thinking, oh, I killed that. And then never heard back from anybody.
Right.
But I still get calls.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still get calls.
They like that look.
And then when Hawaii Five-0 ended, they called me for Magnum PI or whatever they were doing. Mm-hmm. And there's one other show they're doing. I still get calls for. I'll save the voicemails every once in a while.
Nice.
In case like it blows up and gets really big, and I can be like, that was going to be me. You got any roles coming up? You got any work coming up?
I've auditioned for Magnum a few times. A couple times for this season. Nothing's came through so far. But that's just same with 5-0. Like I had auditioned for 5-0, I don't know how many times before I actually booked it. So it's just when they find the right fit, find the right role for me. But yeah, it's always, so far, it's usually bad guys.
Really? You're a bad guy?
I'm a bad guy, apparently.
Wow, man. What a great problem to be typecast.
I guess.
So I got a question that's really been bothering me.
Uh-oh.
Picking your nose or picking your butt? Which one? If you had to pick.
That's a weird question.
I'm waiting for the answer, though.
I'm going to go nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how you could recover from a butt pick. Bro, put it this way.
You're going to be dealing with that all day long.
What if your friend, right? What if your friend, you see him pick your butt, but then he's got to, like, serve you pizza from the party or whatever?
Oh, he just said fix-a-flat bandits. That's what we are called.
The fix-a-flat bandits.
Yeah, because we would pretend that people...
That was on the script.
Yeah, well, when people got flat tires, we would rob them.
Oh, that was your MO.
Yeah. Anyways, back to picking your butt. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so, bro, if a dude picks his butt, and then he's got to get you food, right? You're like, yo, grab me a couple slices. And he's like, yo, I just picked my butt. If he just washed his hands, are you okay with that?
No. I'm
even
not.
Even though he washed them?
I'm not. Somebody might be.
Right, but if he picks his nose, you're good with it, right? Like, picks your nose, be like, just wash your hands. And he washes his hands, and then he gives you the pizza. You're good.
If he washes his hands, Not straight, like nose to pizza.
Right.
There's got to be.
But if he goes nose, and then you're like, bro, wash your hands before you hammer the pizza.
Yeah.
But you're good with that.
If I was able to witness the hand washing
Yeah.
and
But
the
no
amount of
matter
time,
what, even if you could witness the hand washing after a butt pick, it's not going to happen, right?
I'm good on that.
I don't see how you recover.
Grabbing it myself or not eating.
So the reason I ask is because you're like a bathroom connoisseur. And what I mean by that is you were the first person to get a squatty potty that I ever knew. Do you guys still have it?
Oh yeah.
So you're lifers.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
So what about a bidet? You probably bought a bidet already, didn't you?
So I don't have one, but no joke. It's funny you brought that up because I was just legit looking at it.
Which one are you looking at? The Tushy?
No, there's actually one that Squatty Potty makes. That's an attachment one.
A squatty potty bidet?
I guess I guess that's what it's called, and it has like I think it has the different modes and everything. But it's not that for the bang for your buck for that one. Like it's not a great. It's not the best one because you can spend money on those things.
I just destroyed a bidet at work. It was like a $500 bidet, but it was like
That's why I destroy it most of the times I use it too.
So and you still got we just got baby wipes, bro. The problem with baby wipes, you got to throw them away.
They have specific wipes for that though.
Yeah, but you still can't flush them.
You can.
No,
they're flushable wipes.
But they're not.
Wait, because you have a sewer
I manage plumbers for a living now, and they always tell me the same thing: make sure they don't use flushable wipes because I
thought they like break apart and
they're supposed to, but you're still going to get problems.
Garlic and spinach or mushroom and pepperoni.
Oh, that's all of those are pretty amazing, dude. However, you got some food stuff. Can you do garlic?
I can do garlic. I can do all that. I still don't do cheese.
Right. Garlic and spinach or mushroom and pepperoni, bro. I don't know, but I like garlic and mushroom.
I'm gonna go mushroom and pepperoni on that.
Jensen says anything is flushable. Yeah, I mean, touche. Or touche.
Touche.
Yeah, I don't think I can do a bidet. The reason I asked that, I heard a commercial today, and the commercial was like, you barely use toilet paper. Right. It's like, it sprays it all off for you, and then you just pat it dry, and I'm thinking, no way. Unless it's a pressure washer head, which, then you're suspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a certain PSI that you now are Mahu.
There is I have seen the things for the cheap man bidet and just get the hose and connect it to the back of the toilet with a little sprinkler attachment.
Is that real?
I was like, that's a little much for me.
So apparently it mounts to your toilet seat.
Right.
And it's warm water. Yeah.
And they do have the higher end ones. If you go higher end, actually have a dryer also.
It's actually lower end, if you feel me.
Yeah, but they have a dryer, so you can use it, and then it dries. It blows air and like a hand dryer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a car wash?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, dude. See, I don't know, though. I don't know if I could do that. But I still going to use toilet paper. You feel me?
I mean, I guess if you...
Do you not use toilet paper? And then if you do, then what do you just add in a step? Can you imagine the nightmare, the cleanup job that is for a family with 3 kids like we have?
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to catch my kids drinking it, washing their face in it.
That's true. spraying their sibling.
And then do you got to push a button to get it to go off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a motion sensor.
Right.
Because if you're peeing You know what I mean? You get squirted. Captain Ridiculousness, awesome sauce. First of all, shout out to this dude. Always out here. Always representing.
Nice.
He says, most funny on-scene incident. Check this out. I got one for you. This isn't me, though. This is not me, but this is a story that my corporal, Jimmy Shire, told me when I was in academy. We were training for OC spray. He was training us for OC and how it feels. And he told us he worked in District 7, which is Hawaii Kai. And he got a phone. They got a call. Some lady stuck in her car. Old lady stuck in her car. He gets on scene. He's at her house. The house had walls. The driveway had walls on each side. You know how, it's tight in Hawaii. So they had really skinny driveway. It's in Hawaii Kai, but have, they live up on a hill. So as they go up the hill, there's walls on each side. Yeah. But you can't get out of the car. It's only like 7 feet wide. So you got a little bit of room on each side. So you got to be real careful when you drive up. Well, her car stalls, and she's in between the two walls. And she's like 80 years old.
Wow.
She can't get out. So he thinks he's helping her, right? So he climbs in the car, and it's a real small car, he said. He climbs in the car, and he's reaching for the stick to put it in neutral or park so he can try to start it and see, or pop the trunk or something. He reaches in, and he hears the window rolling up, and he freaks out. He hears, and the lady's screaming. She starts screaming. He's freaking out because he's stuck in the car trying to maneuver, can't get out of the car. And he's like trying to figure something. She's screaming. Dude, all of a sudden he realizes that he leaned in and one of the buttons on the door hit his OC spray, and he's spraying her in the face, bro. He's spraying her in the face. And the sound he heard was the OC spray spraying this old lady in the face who's stuck in her car already. Hot sun, middle of the day. I wish I would have been there for that one. He still tells me.
Funny. That's funny.
So that was for you, Captain Ridiculousness, awesome sauce. And then Sheppy477, I'm going to need some high PSI. He's talking about his bidet.
Yeah.
That's the dude I went hunting with. Did you see?
Okay.
Did I send you the pictures of what we saw?
I don't think so.
Is it possible?
I think I saw a little bit Instagram feed, and that's all, maybe.
Yeah, so I didn't, because it wasn't my video. He did the video. But,
yeah.
I don't know if you can share photos on this. Can you?
I don't think so.
In any case, this dude, we were hunting in a ground blind, and I was up in the tree. He was in the ground blind. And all of a sudden, I hear, it's like Fallujah, bro. I hear, now we've been waiting for deer. I'm on my second day or whatever. It's getting dark. It's this close to being dark. I can't see. I almost can't take another shot because it's about to get too dark. I got a half-mile walk back to this cabin. We rented 200 acres in a cabin.
Wow.
And we're there to hunt deer. This was 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And all I keep hearing about how there was bear in the area scaring away the deer. And this guy tells me, I seen a deer 2 days ago. He scared away my buck. And I'm like, oh, real nice. But I'm like, oh, they're Michigan bear. They're small. Bro, I'm sitting up in the deer blind. He's below me, like 60 feet to the side or something. All of a sudden I hear, and no one shoots their gun like that when you're hunting.
Right.
When you're hunting, it's just
bang. That's it.
You're not getting another chance. It's a deer. It's running away.
Right.
And then I hear, get, bear, get. And now I'm in a tree. It's dark. And I have a half-mile to walk back to this cabin. So I get scared. I'm hiding behind the tree. Like, I got real tight to the tree because bullets are whizzing somewhere.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, they're going to make fun of me if I head back in because I'm afraid.
Right.
I'm scared, okay? And I'm like, they're going to make fun of me because they're like hardcore hunters.
Right.
So I start climbing down. I'm like, screw this. I'm done. I don't want a deer. I'm climbing down all salty, and I look up, and he's standing there. He was leaving too.
Oh, really?
Because at that point, you got bears, a bunch of gunshots, no flashlight, dude. I had no – oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, Brian. I don't realize I don't have a flashlight because I didn't need one when I walked out there because it was
still
daylight.
light. Yeah.
but now it's dark and I'm trying to find stuff. I got like a rifle, trying to find stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a flashlight.
Wow.
And I got to walk in the dark a half mile. I've never been this far. I don't know where I'm at.
Right.
And I walk back and he's standing there, thank God. And Brian's a big dude. Him, his brother, and his dad are all taller than me, all outweigh me by 100 pounds. And it was so awesome to see a large man who could protect me from the bears. And it's got to be a 350-pound bear, bro. I got pictures I'll send you. I wish I could send them.
Yeah.
It says share a photo or video with your viewers. No way I can do that.
Oh.
Oh, I can do that. And I'm going to send a picture of the bear if it'll allow me. Yep, right here. Boom. Everybody watch it.
Whoa. What? Bruh.
That was taken on that property. Look at him. That's a gorilla.
That's a big boy.
And and this guy, Sheppy, he shot at it.
Wow.
To freak it out. It was walking up on his blind.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there on the ground, not protected at all. And it's just walking at him from like that close.
That's crazy.
But it was fun. Didn't you go to Utah or Montana? Where did you guys go? You went to the mainland and you were dressing like a hunter.
That was my parents' place. So that's North Idaho.
Oh, okay. Did you get to go hunting?
I did a couple years ago. Yeah. I did.
That's one thing, dude.
My brother got. Yeah.
It's hard to hunt.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you're gonna go boar hunting, but I don't.
Or you're gonna go Molokai or like.
But even then, most of the deer are like just small, little, skinny things. You know, like.
Access deer.
Yeah, my brother got a huge elk. Like the rack was huge.
Oh, elk? That's like a moose.
He got it was huge. And it just walked right up on him. And he took it. I was there one year and I got a doe one year.
Wow.
It was a lucky, it was a good experience. It was a very lucky shot, but because I actually got to shoot twice.
How?
I saw her and I was getting closer and there was like an open space and then like a group of trees. So I like tried to shadow myself in the group of trees to get closer and then kind of come out of it, you know? And I came out and I set up and I was still a little ways off. I shot, okay? Boom. She jumped probably, she goes and pounces back. So I shot and missed. And I think it went like right under her belly, you know, because I'm shooting for that upper, you know, must have gone like straight under because no way it could have gone over.
Right.
Without hitting, you know, and she jumped up like straight up and moved about maybe 10, 12 yards away. And then she just stood there looking around with her tail, you know, like,
yeah.
And so I was there, I racked the bolt, put in another, and I was just like standing there. And now I'm standing in the open, like she sees me not moving. And so I was just like, what was crazy is she was actually facing me. And that's why I was looking and I'm just like, so I dropped to my one knee and just as soon as I got fur in the scope, I shot. And then I look up, I go, boom. I look up and I was like, where'd she go? Like she was gone. I was like, did she bounce before I shot? Like she literally, we're in a field. Like where'd she go?
Right.
And I had hit her directly down the spine.
Oh, like right through the front.
Yeah, it went right through the front and actually went down about half of her spine directly. So
wow.
It literally just dropped her right there.
Wow. Perfect shot. She never felt nothing.
Probably. I mean, the only one that was kind of bummer about that one was I didn't realize that she had a fawn nearby. But
so you're a murderer now.
It was literally the story of Bambi.
So check this out. Check this out. I wonder if you can play video. Watch this. This is my boy. This is my boy Brian. That's the bear. He's in the ground blind, 35 yards, and it starts. It picks
First of
its
all,
head
this
up.
is dope that you can play video.
Dude, it picks its head up and takes 2 steps, and he had it. He got too worried and he had to fire. He didn't try to hit it, but watch. Take head up, and now he's like, oh no. He sees him.
Done.
So
Get out of here.
yeah, a couple shots. And you can't really see it, I guess, but
Just get out of here, yeah.
just to leave.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you play video.
Crazy.
I'm glad that they've got this thing worked out.
Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. But I just don't know how to end the video. I don't know how to end that part. You know? Oh, there it is. Okay. And I can get.
Oh, it's still there.
Oh, now you can hear the sound. That's weird. Do you hear that sound?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay. So that was. So I went.
It's still playing.
How do I get rid of it? I don't know.
Korenic livecast is solid.
So you got anything coming up, dude, that people can see you at?
Not in the works now. I mean, other than I don't know if we're gonna do any more videos for the rest of the year. I don't know, maybe something for Christmas possibly. I'm still trying to put out some content stuff with some of the characters that I've been doing, whether it's Uncle Akamu with the Elza, or Leonard or some, just I like playing around with the different characters, got the wigs and all that. But outside of that, just chilling.
Good, bro.
How about you? You got more coming out with your? I've been seeing like you got big name people watching your stuff.
Yeah, Anthony Noy was watching the Todd Atkins podcast, and he's like, he's like a pioneer in Hawaii mixed martial arts or whatever. So
yeah, for sure.
That was cool.
And, have you been getting like love, or are you still getting a lot of hate on stuff too?
Nothing.
Oh, that's good.
All love. It's been all love. I got in some choppy water early on. Like I put the cart before the horse, and when I made my first Miski video, it was basically I just forgot, I guess, about the victim, and I was just a little insensitive initially on that first video, and then someone that you and I both know called me and was like, "Hey, I know the mom. I know Johnny's mom,
right?
And it's got to be really hurtful to hear what you said. And obviously, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it to hurt anybody. But I just so she said that to me, and so I'm like, okay, what should I do? She think I should make a video addressing it or whatever, and she's like, yeah. So I made a video, and then I checked online, and I think Hungry Hawaiian had posted it.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And then I didn't get I got a lot of hate because Mike Miski was telling everybody very publicly that Johnny was driving the car, when really it was Caleb that was driving the car. And I was like, whatever. I was like, okay, either way he died, and I was kind of insensitive about it. And then I didn't realize that that was a major part of this case. And so I made a video and just got out ahead of it and was like, you know what, guys, my fault. Like that's my bad. I had no idea. I forgot about how important this is. I also didn't think that video was going to do much. Right. So,
but yeah, it blew up.
It blew up.
All over.
But then when I put out the apology, I mean, it was all love after that. I think everybody just realized that I was just trying, my job, what I wanted to do with the channel was just from an ex-cop's perspective, an ex-Honolulu police officer perspective.
Right.
And I got to just realize that, you know, people are really involved here. So, but once that happened, I think everybody realized I was being genuine and that I care about Hawaii. And then, you know, just other opportunities came up. I was just doing videos that were like current events, basically like any crime current event that I could offer a perspective on. I tried to talk about, and then people really liked it, I guess. And so it's been a blessing, because really for me, it's like I enjoy Hawaii. I enjoy people from Hawaii. And so to be able to make content and then connect with them, that's been important on our channel. Like I got a lot of people that I connect with that DM me. We're always messaging.
Yeah, for sure.
I respond in the comments, because this isn't about like getting famous or making money. This is just like a thing. I'm
awareness and
and I'm connected with Hawaii, and so it's therapeutic for me, because I'd rather be in Hawaii than in Detroit. But I had to make some moves for the family, and I was called back to Detroit. It's like a calling, and I can sleep at night. I know I'm doing the right thing by being here, but to help me process everything, like I stay connected, and I keep up on it, and I help where I can, and at least for perspective. And then all the stuff happens with the election, like with the defund the police and all this other stuff. So like that, it was in demand all of a sudden, like police officer content. So I just so happened to be positioned right. And my channel isn't huge by any means. You know what I mean? Like we're at 4,700 on YouTube. And I'm at like 1,100 on Instagram or whatever. But like, it's not about the following. I got a great group of people that have been supporting, and
it's great. I mean? Are you still doing TikTok too?
Yeah, I still got TikTok. Just for presence. I'm probably largest on TikTok, but you know, you don't get, those are 1 minute videos. So you don't make the connection with people. There's no long form. You can't do any real discussion action, but you can do lives. That's one thing you can do. But you know, people their appetites are for 1 minute. And so, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of funny stuff or whatever on TikTok, and
you just link it to YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, so that's good. That's all I'm trying to. So really, Instagram and YouTube are like the main, where I spend most of the time, because I can connect the most with people and give the most information. So we'll see. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm going to be working on episode 3. Someone just flipped on Mike Miskey, and his name's Wayne. And
insider news on the next video, guys.
Well, I knew about it. I just didn't do a video fast enough. And it already hit. So everybody knows. I mean, anybody who's paying attention knows that somebody flipped on Miskey. And this is a really dark one. This is the first one who flipped on Miskey who admitted that Miskey was planning on killing Johnny.
Wow.
So he admits to helping plan the murder.
Was this a little while ago, or this was fresh?
This is 2 days ago it came out.
Oh, wow.
I learned about it 2 days ago, but by now people have already made stuff. So like, it's getting out there. People know that somebody flipped. The 2 guys flipped, but the one guy's testimony came out, and it's like he helped plan the murder. And it doesn't show that that Miskey murdered Johnny, but it shows that he was planning on killing Johnny. And I don't know if the plan that they came up with is the plan that was actually executed or not. But it definitely shows that he was planning. And so there's one other guy that flipped, but they didn't release his testimony or whatever his plea is going to be. So that'll be interesting to see. I just know that Johnny's mom's taking it hard, because this is the first time there's ever been evidence that points to his murder. Like everyone assumes that he's been murdered, but he's just missing, really.
Right.
And then this guy admitting that he helped plan it.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like your mom hears that or whatever. So that's where we're at right now. So I'll probably do a video on that. And then I think it's, let me see what's on it. Hawaii News Report. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They want me to to send them videos, edit them down, and they're going to post all the videos.
Nice.
So they asked me for that today. And then, so I'm probably going to work on that tomorrow. So you'll probably see the Hawaii News Report videos pop. And then I'm always working on episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3 is going to be my time in the academy. So episode 1 brought me up to the point where I flew to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 2 was from the time I took the test to getting the position.
Being hired, yeah.
And episode 3 will be from me getting accepted and then to graduation.
Oh, nice.
So, and you were at my graduation.
I was.
If you got any photos, I know Mayor's got tons of photos. Can you send them over?
Yeah, if I think of, I think the one major one, I think you have it, that group photo we have.
I don't have that. Oh, yeah.
I think
it's just your family, my family.
Yeah. I think that's the main one we have. But if I see of any more that we have, I'll let you know.
What were you going to say? You said you think you were the...
I was thinking one of the first, I think, to see an academy when you got pepper spray.
Oh, yeah. No,
because you brought that home, like the video, and it might have been like the next day or something. Like it was shortly after.
It was the next day.
You were still like red or something. I remember you were still rashy or something.
You know, I can't find the taser video, but I know my classmates have them. Jensen's right. I had the biggest cheering section at graduation, and I got made fun of so hard for that. So hard. I'll never forget Roger Lake, my classmate. He's from New Jersey. He says to me, "Oh, Doug, I never knew you was going to bring your whole church." Because let's be honest, it was just all church.
Close.
And
I feel like you got a trophy too, right? So
yeah.
You got I
have it somewhere, but
how's this guy? He gets a trophy and get the largest section.
I know, and I'm not from there.
Yeah.
But that's what's great about the ARC, bro. You gotta. I mean, when it comes to that, they're unstoppable. You know what I mean? They could rally up 100 people in the blink of an eye,
right?
Just to come support you for whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
And they helped me get through, bro, for sure. I think that the ARC may be the biggest influence on my life. Like, considering that's where I know all my friends from.
Right.
Right? That's where I did the most growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I went through academy, and they supported me the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm great friends with you and Jensen and Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good connections.
It was just the best. It was the best. How's Mare's doing?
She's good, man. She's been working, chilling. Luckily, she's still working through the pandemic.
But she was set up for that.
Yeah. She's already working from home.
She before anyone was working from home. You know what I mean? She was like doing it.
Yeah.
Cool, bro. Well, I'm glad you came on. I'm glad we got to kick it.
Dude, this is great. I mean, it's cool doing videos like this because, I mean, I didn't have to shower or I didn't even brush my teeth.
I'm wearing my bibs right now.
I know, right?
So tell everybody where they can find you.
Right here on Instagram is probably the best. Adam Rogers Official, which, I might change that name. I don't know.
Except for there's a dude. I found an Adam Rogers who's an actor.
On Instagram?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I assumed you did Adam Rogers Official because Adam Rogers is taken.
Adam Rogers is taken. But he sells like art.
Oh, okay.
And I actually had offered him to buy the name, like the Instagram.
Oh, you never had the 15,000 he was asking?
He didn't even reply. Apparently,
really?
it's like, I would have paid it. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
I had
But
somebody that had Leaving the Dream. They're
oh,
not even
really?
doing anything with it.
Yeah.
But I think that honestly, for a brand, the most important would be your name.
Yeah.
Because you could do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think Adam Rogers official is good. You know what I mean? I'll call it. I think you're gonna have a blue check inside of 2021.
Ooh, bro. Okay. I'll hold you to that.
And then you got a YouTube channel or anything?
I do, but I don't really post on there. I might start posting some shoe content on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
About
How could I go
kicks.
this whole conversation and not bring up the fact that all of a sudden you're a sneakerhead now that I live in Detroit?
Yeah, bro. It's heavy.
You don't have to explain anything. You're
It's
doomed.
heavy. Yeah, it's over, but
I get it. You're
yeah,
doomed, bro.
yeah.
I saw
But
some. You had some fours. I swear I saw you had some fours
I mean,
in one of your last posts. You're like what? I'm like a dice. I got ones, twos, threes.
yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, dude. The only
But
problem is for me. You know how I am. Like, I could never. First of all, I could not buy a repro very easily.
hmm,
Second of all, if I do buy a repro, then I gotta wear them. I'm not gonna dead stock shoes and load them up in my. You know what I mean? Like I'm
right,
not collecting shoes.
right,
They're worn on the street,
right, right, right.
100%. I
Yeah,
might not. I remember when I was dancing, I wouldn't dance in my, whatever my new pairs were. I
right.
wouldn't dance in them. I had a dancing pair that was like busted up,
Yeah.
and then I
Save
would
the
have
nice ones for going
right,
out or whatever. Yeah.
right. But it's so humbug when you go on a date with your wife and you're worried about where you're walking. I'm like, no, no, baby, let's go around. She's like, but the door's right here. You're like, I know, but that's a scary
So
curve.
she drops her keys and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't because I can't crease these.
I can't. I'm not gonna crease them, bro. You see this colorway?
Let me get down on my hands and knees
Yeah,
here.
yeah, 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 dude.
Yeah, the kick life is crazy, man. That's definitely something I picked up. That's all Ken's fault. Kaneki the Great. He got me on that. But I got on it heavy.
Well, did you look into Sneaker Freaker that I told you about?
Oh no, I did not. Where's that? Is he on YouTube?
No. So there's no he. This is pre-social media.
Oh,
Sneaker Freaker
dang.
is the GQ magazine. It's the
Oh, that's right.
it's
That's
the
right.
Times magazine of sneakerheads, and it was only in Europe. It was only in the UK
Hmm.
for like ever until like 2010 or something. Did they whatever?
Hmm.
And I still have the one edition that has the bodega.
Oh,
Did you
nice.
did you
Oh,
look
that's
at
right. I
did you
did
look
look
that
that
up?
up. That was
Did,
dope.
dude, so now there's
I
videos
thought,
about it. But can
I
you
thought,
imagine? There
yeah,
was no videos. I walked in there. No one knew. They wouldn't talk about it. All I
right.
knew, and I got to see it live in front of my face, having not known what it was. That was just a Snapple machine in front of my face.
That's insane, man. Like, because when I watched it, I'm thinking, okay, let's be real. Like, Doug gets really excited about his stories.
I know, dude. You're like, he's
But then,
exaggerating.
and then I watched it and I was like, this dude wasn't playing. This isn't just a mom and pop shop.
Dude, Christina was with me. I pushed her. She was in front of me, and I kept pushing her towards the Snapple machine. And she's looking back. She's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's dirty.
And she gets real close, and it was like, shwoom.
It
And
even made that sound.
lights came on. There's a DJ spinning. He's like, there's b-boy videos playing. There's 10, no, dude, true story. There's a 65-year-old lady in there on her phone going, I don't know. I went in for a candy bar and there's shoes. Do you want a pair? She's talking to like her son.
Right.
And she ends up buying like $195 pairs of shoes.
Right.
That was back when a
Shoes were
$60
cheap.
pair. Yeah, $60 pair of shoes was expensive. It's
Right.
cheap compared to now or whatever.
Right.
But Jensen said, and vintage resale. Tell us about the Harbor's vintage vibe.
Okay, yeah, like Harbor's Vintage. If you're on Oahu, or come to Oahu, Harbor's Vintage is a dope resale store. They sell vintage. They also sell hype beast stuff, Supreme, Bape, Stussy, all that. But mainly vintage. And yeah, that's just part of what I've done, vintage thrift a lot, but I started out with toys. So I did McDonald's toys from the 80s, 90s and would collect those and then flip some here and there. But I got into doing the thrift and then flipping it. So a lot of people sell it on their own to make the straight cash overhead, but I kind of like the exchange of going into their store, being able to sell to them or trade for store credit, and just
Right,
having that interperson connection and
right.
and that whole thing with the deals being like, oh, I'll give you, I'll give you 30. Oh, I wanted 40. Oh, how about 35? Okay, how about, you go back and forth. It's cool.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, vintage is cool being able to go out into these thrift areas and kind of go for the hunt for what you find,
Yeah.
find those grails and stuff. So yeah, that's been something fun and enjoyable that has been good.
Yeah, dude,
It's
something about digging. The dig for sneakers is like part of the process. It's
yeah,
not the same as digging online,
no, for sure, for sure.
but unfortunately, like it's a saturated market and a lot of people know about sneakers because of the internet. So now it's
Yeah,
like no, there's no such thing as dead stock anymore. Like very rarely will but there's no mom and pop shops that have like 1991
yeah,
Jordan.
where you're gonna go in and just find it sitting there. I
Yeah,
know, right?
it doesn't
Yeah,
happen anymore because they've
not
cleaned them
anymore.
all out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's a good thing that you weren't a sneakerhead when I lived there because
That,
I didn't need any help. I used to spend time at Kicks Hawaii all the time. Like back then, that was the only shop. And
yeah,
then I know Truist opened up, and that's a dope shop.
yeah.
And Jensen took me over there. His friend owns it, or started it, or something. And
Jens
uh,
is he really like Jensen? You're friends with John? Anyways, that's dope.
yeah,
John,
he's friends.
John, the owner, like lives like we're neighbors.
Oh wow.
Like like right around. He lives like right around the corner. I see him like walking around where I live all the time.
I don't know if Jensen knows John. It might be somebody else.
Maybe the other one.
But
Oh,
either way, like we went over there once, and I stood there for I don't know how long while they talked, and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
they go way back or whatever. Um, I'm looking for those para by para cranberries. Yeah, he says he knows him, John.
Dope.
I guess they grew up together or something.
Okay, cool.
Jensen, was that
Um,
Big Island? Um, yeah,
but yeah, it's like
there's one shoe I want, and I wish I could send the picture.
cranberries.
Um, para by para Air Max. Okay, it's the Parapod, the Cherry Woods.
Okay.
Dude,
It's
just
in Air Max 90 or Air Max 1?
Air Max One, but there's a set.
Oh,
There's a
it comes in a box.
Para by Para set, Air Max Ones, and he went to Roosevelt with him.
Oh, okay.
Kepu
Rough
just walked out.
Rider.
What's up, Kepu?
Rough Rider.
Um, just so you know, right now the asking is 5,500.
Yeah, nice.
They're beautiful. So just when you get a chance, I wish I could take this, but when you get a chance, do the Para Pata, Parrapatta, Para Pata Cherry Wood.
I'll look it up.
That's so if you ever get rich and famous, that's what you got to buy me. Oh,
For
they're
sure.
so fresh, bro.
For sure.
Cool, man. Well, I'll let you go. I know it's getting late over here. It's like 11:35, so I gotta I got to get ready and go to work
All right,
tomorrow.
man. Hey, I appreciate you letting me on, and
Dude,
uh,
we should do it again.
yeah, we'll do it. I enjoy everybody who's willing to hang out and view.
Dude, give my love to the fam, man. Love you, dude.
All right, man. Take care. Love you.
Peace.
Peace.